Welcome back to the Why Not Money channel. I'm your host, Sun Yanasan. In today's video, I'm gonna tell you to stop doubting yourself. When you're a child, you believe you can do anything. You can believe you can be a doctor, an astronaut, a scientist, whatever you wanna be. But as we become adults, we become adulterated, meaning our thoughts and ideas about the world become perverted. We believe that there's only one way to do something, or we believe that the outcome is gonna be like this because of our past trauma and our past experiences. I want to help you in this video to help you dismiss and eliminate all those limiting, doubtful beliefs. And so I want to get that feeling of failure out of you. So we're going to lock in today. We're going to watch this video all the way through so we can see all the points until the end. And yeah, stay with me. I used to be a depressed person. I used to be a very sad person. I've had my ups and I've had my downs. And I used to have very limiting beliefs about myself. Like I wasn't worthy, I wasn't handsome enough, I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't charismatic enough, I wasn't confident enough. And some of those things may have been true on some level, but those are just beliefs I had about myself. We're gonna go through different methods and different stories and different ways that we can get out of this limiting belief. So I just really encourage you that you should try to do whatever it is that you're supposed to do in this world, whatever it is that you feel like your purpose is. If you don't know what your purpose is, that is something that you should delve into and figure out. Say, for example, you want a girlfriend, but you're too scared to talk to women. You're too scared to approach them and ask them out. It's okay to have some level of doubt because that's just your body and your mind trying to keep you from dying. It's just survival mode. But you got to get out of survival mode and into a state of peace and enjoy. So that way you can actually enjoy life and you can attract more wealth, health, and abundance to you. The idea that I can't do it is so toxic to your growth and to your success because sure, there may be factors and there may be things in your life and things that are challenging to get to your goal. But these are not inherently true things that are going to happen. These are just things that your brain thinks of why you shouldn't do it. So going to the gym, oh, I might look embarrassed, or I might do the move wrong, or I don't like the shape of my body, so I don't want to go into the gym. So I doubt that I can improve and lose this weight. Or like I said at first, talking to a woman or talking to a girl, you're trying to ask her out. So you want to acknowledge, I say acknowledge what can happen, but assume the best. A lot of people assume the worst. They assume it's not going to work out anyways, or whatever. And when you have that energy with you, it's almost like a reflex. So if you had got punched before and now you're just like, you flinch at every opportunity when somebody is about to hit you, instead of squaring up and taking a stance and being able to see the punch coming, you just flinch up and tense up and you don't even block the punch coming. I'm not a fighter, but that's an example that I can think of. So same thing as if you had got rejected by a woman before, you think that, oh, she's just not gonna be interested in me or blah, 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 blah. You're limiting yourself because you're not even giving yourself the opportunity to fail. You need to give yourself the opportunity to fail. So that way you can get better and better at the skill, but also, like I said, acknowledge what can happen and try to mitigate, eliminate all those challenges and hazards along the way. For instance, when I work at a construction plant, and we do a lot of things where we have to be very safe. I have to wear a hard hat, I have to wear safety glasses, I have to wear gloves, and all that stuff. Me wearing safety glasses and me wearing a hard hat and gloves is not me assuming that I'm gonna get hurt, but it is a possibility. So I'm taking the precautions of wearing the gloves, the PPE, so that way I can lower the chances of me getting hurt. So for example, the girl situation. If you wanna talk to a girl, then you lowering the chances of her saying no is 1, have good hygiene. 2, come in confidently. Hello, how you doing? My name is Jonathan. I just want to see what your name was. Oh yeah, I just thought you were really beautiful. I was just wondering if I can get your number and maybe we can go out sometime. As simple as that. You may have a better pickup line than that, but I've talked to a lot of girls and that's how I got their number. I just walked up to them. I'm like, hey, I don't want to be an awkward person, but I just thought you're so beautiful. And I just wanted to know if I can get your number and maybe we can go on a date or hang out, go get some coffee, whatever it is that you say. A lot of people don't even try. They doubt themselves so much. They go over what they're going to say in their mind or how they're going to approach and all this stuff that they don't even do it. If they do it, they have the thought that, oh, she's not going to really want to go out with me at the end of the day. So the point is, eliminate that doubt. Assume the best. Get into a quiet place, pray, meditate, think about what it is you want, and think about the outcome of it. Think about the outcome of it already happened. Walk it backwards. If you have already succeeded and are doing what you want to do, what would you do? What would you tell yourself in the past how you did it? So think about a time that you already were successful. Now you'd be like, oh, I don't have many times I was successful. It's not just money. There's multiple things. If you graduated from high school, that's a success. If you woke up out of bed in the morning, that's a success. If you are a father or a mother and you've had children, that is a success. That is an accomplishment. You have achieved something that many people have not achieved, even if you don't view it as a success, but you have to see it that it is a form of success. So channel those past lessons and those past experiences of you succeeding and channel that into everything you do. Because when we get into this, like I said, when we get older, we get adulterated and we forget how we used to be a big dreamer when we were children. We have to get back to that idea of when we were kids and we could just believe we could do anything. We were Peter Pan flying to Neverland. We Superman, we Batman, I'm Spider-Man, I'm Wonder Woman, I'm Barbie, whatever. Whatever it is that you wanted to be when you were a kid, focus on that when you're an adult. And then you'll be able to have more confidence in whatever it is you do. You have to eliminate other people's opinions. Now, I'm not saying don't care about other people. I'm not saying do not care about other people. You should care about others and you should care about yourself. But you do not have to care about other people's opinions about you. Other people's thoughts are their own thoughts. That's their fears, that's their projections. You don't have to hold that. That doesn't have to be you. Somebody's scared to go on a roller coaster. That doesn't mean that you have to be scared to go on a roller coaster. Somebody's scared to fly. That doesn't mean you have to be scared to fly. Other people's projections and opinions about your life does not have to be your truth. You can believe and feel whatever you want about yourself. And all it takes is just a second to think about it and to just choose that decision. I'm the man. It doesn't have to be a cocky way, just you the man. You show up. You do what you have to do. You take care of the business that is yours. And so continue to do that every single day. And try to challenge yourself. Try to do things that you wouldn't normally do. Talk to a stranger or compliment somebody. Be like, hey man, that's a nice shirt. Hey, that's a beautiful hairstyle that you have. I really like that. And just leave it at that. And then keep on moving. And then these little itty bitty baby steps over time will help you to become a more social person, but a more confident person, because you know that you are able to get out of your comfort zone. When you stay in your comfort zone, you're not growing. It's almost as bad as death. It's almost worse than death, because soon you're gonna feel a sensation of regret. You're gonna feel like, dang, I really wish I did this when I was this age. Or I really wish I had took that opportunity or whatever. It doesn't even matter if you fail, because the missed opportunity is the worst part of it. At least if you try something, say if you're like, oh, I've always wanted to try sushi, and you go all these years without trying sushi, and then for some reason all the fish are just gone in the world, and you never get to try sushi, and you're like, dang, I really wish I could have tried sushi. I know that's not a big thing, but you should try it. You should try what you wanted to do. And I think this is a big thing with relationships and people. People don't know how to just be honest. Like, if you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody, I'm not saying to go cheat. I'm not just saying to break up with somebody, but at the same time, if you're not feeling happy and you're like doubting how you feel or how they feel, maybe one, you need to communicate. Two, if you really don't feel like this person is with you and you're maybe like, oh, what if I won't be able to find another person? What if I'll be alone forever? Go towards that. If you're not happy where you're at, you need to go somewhere else, because it's just gonna build up and bottle up, and you're gonna end up doing something, or some situations that come to you that you really don't like. So that's really all it is. Doubt, fear, and confusion breeds unfocusedness, and this unfocused feeling leads to depression. And that's what leads you to this sunken place where you're just in a hole and you don't feel like, I don't want to wake up today. I don't want to take a shower. You don't want to try. You don't want to make the attempt to go out in the world and show up and find your purpose and go along your purpose. You feel like, it's just not worth it. I'm not worth it. But you have to realize that you are worth it. You are a human being. You are a child of God. Even if you don't believe in God or you're not spiritual, we are created and you are alive, and you should appreciate everything in this life, because There's food, there's music, there's connections, there's people, there's so much for you too to grow, and how when you grow, others grow. It's like how they say one bad apple spoils a bunch. One good energy, one good aura, that last seed in the desolate wasteland of life, you can be that flower that grows and creates a whole garden. I hope you understand my metaphor is that you need to be the one that changes. You need to be the change that you want to see in the world. Michael Jackson says in his song Man in the Mirror, look at yourself in the mirror and see who you want to be. If it's not who you want to be yet, get there a little bit closer. I see myself, I like grills. So I'm like, I'm gonna get some grills. I like earrings and I like jewelry, so I'm gonna get some jewelry. I like wearing certain clothes, I like fashion, so I'm gonna get that fashion. And even the way you like to dress, again, self-doubt, other people's opinions. They might joke you. They might say, oh, that's ugly. Who cares? As long as you like it and you know that it is what you like, continue with that. And I said it in another video, but I'll say it again, is that everything is baby steps. Everything is one step at a time. And the first thing that you have to do is show up. If you don't show up, then you never give yourself the opportunity to fail. And you need to fail, and fail fast. Keep on doing things until you have a concrete, clear opinion that, nah, this is not for me, or this is something I like to do, but this is what I have to work on. And that's the biggest part. It's like a lot of people don't know where to start. Just start. Consistency. Just like me making videos, I have to just press record. I have to just start. There ain't nobody that's gonna push me to make videos, or maybe they'll ask about it. But I may be shy on the camera. I may not wanna show my face. There's other ways around it. Maybe make a faceless video. Maybe use a microphone and have some background images on the screen. But if you don't ever start, then you won't ever get 100,000 subscribers. If you don't ever go to the gym, you'll never lose that weight or gain that weight. You'll never get the body you want. If you don't talk to that girl, you may be missing out on your family, your wife and your kids, and all these beautiful connections that you could have had. So you have to take the opportunity. You have to take the chance to do it. If you don't do it, people be like, oh, I'm not missing out on nothing. Okay, cool. If you don't really want to do something, you ain't missing out on something. But if there's something that you really want to do in your heart of hearts, but you just for some reason believe that you're not good enough, or whatever the reason is, it's not true. It's just a thought. Thoughts come and thoughts go. They come in just like clouds in the sky. You see a cloud, oh, that looks like a pink bunny, or that looks like a demon, but then a demon transforms into a pink bunny. Same thing with thoughts. You can be having a good day. Somebody comes out, say, oh, you're ugly. What you gonna do? Are you gonna let that person's opinion about you make the rest of your day? Or are you gonna refocus and reframe it and just be like, they don't know what they're talking about, that's just them. I used to have these people in my life that I would say cause me challenges, they're annoying. I call them petty tyrants, like your boss at work. Your boss is a tyrant most of the time. Your boss is like somebody like, I don't feel like going to this because they're an asshole. They annoy you, they talk down, or they have some type of disrespectful nature. So for instance, I'll give you an example. I had a boss recently that he would always talk junk to me. And I'm just thinking, man, I'm a grown man and I don't want to allow another grown man to talk to me like this. This is really getting on my nerves. It really gets under my skin. It makes me feel disrespected, all this stuff. But then one day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a card for my direct supervisor. Not that guy, but I'm gonna buy a card just showing them that I appreciate them because I had got promoted recently. So I was like, you know what? It was in my heart. You know what? Go ahead and get that person a card too. The other person, the guy that gets on my nerves. And I did. I got him a card. I just showed him, hey man, I appreciate you allowing me to have this opportunity. I appreciate you being hard and helping me to grow and to get this level of success. I gave that note to him. He shook my hand. He was like, man, you should be proud of yourself because you did all this hard work and I really want you on the team and I'm so happy to have you on the team, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to lose you. Dude, he's never talked to me like that. And so I could have doubted him. I could have doubted myself. I'm like, man, what's the point of even talking to this man? First of all, he disrespected me. Second of all, if I get this card, it ain't gonna do nothing for our relationship. I was wrong. It actually did. He actually likes me a lot more now. He likes me. He shows me respect. He still jokes around every once in a while because that's just who he is. But I can just look at it as that, man, that's just him. He's just a person, and I don't have to allow his opinions and his thoughts project onto me and affect my beliefs about myself. I know who I am. I know that I show up to work. I know that I do a good job. And I know that I help others when I'm at work. And so that's it. I make my money and I go home and I have a good day. And so that's what I focus every single day. I make myself go out into situations, and I just believe that I'm just a character in a movie, and I'm just like, okay, I'm an actor. And so this is my scene. This is my scene in the movie. Who am I supposed to be right now? And so I just channel who I want to be. So right now I'm making a video. I'm like, okay, so who am I going to be right now? All right, I'm Jonathan. I'm Sun Yanasan. I'm making videos on the Why Not Money channel. I'm here to inspire and to help people get out of their doubt and the limiting beliefs. And so that's what I channel into myself. I show up. And so now the words just kind of come out for me. Not everybody's the same way. For you, you may have to write things down. You may have to make a script. Even me, sometimes I want to make a script because it's going to come out better. Sometimes I'd just be free flowing, and people, they'll catch me in little things that I say. They don't get the whole context and they don't get the whole point. They just focus on that one particular detail. And so now I have to go back and say it and articulate it in a way that they can understand. But the point is, it don't matter. Either way, I showed up. Now I showed up. Now this person's giving me a challenge. Now it gives me a opportunity to make another content, make more videos to rebuttal to that person. It don't really matter whatever you want to do. It's, again, the reflex thing. Imagine you want to learn how to skateboard or you want to learn how to roller skate. And your doubt is that, oh, what if I hurt myself or what if I fall? Okay, cool. You can acknowledge that you may fall, but assume that you're not. Assume that you're going to be able to do the trick, or assume that you're going to be able to stand up straight and skate and do whatever you need to do. Same thing. I'm going to get the job. I'm going to get the girl. I already have it. I already have the job. I already got the job. I already got it in the bag. Yeah, women are attracted to me. Or I'm successful on YouTube already because I'm doing more than the average person already does on YouTube. I'm speaking for myself, and I'm just saying, you gotta realize the average person is not taking action. The average person is not going towards their dreams. They just assume, oh, that don't work. Oh, that only works for some people. No, it works for the people who do the work and who work it. Everybody looks at people when they're already successful and they think that they can't be where they are. And that's another thing that causes doubt. Michael Jordan, bro, be like, oh, I can't be like Michael Jordan. Okay, maybe you can't be like Michael Jordan, but you can shoot to be towards that level of dedication, discipline, and greatness. And you can put that into whatever it is your skill. You can be your own Michael Jordan in your own field. You know what I'm saying? Or Michael Jackson or whatever the GOAT, whatever greatest GOAT that you like. And so everybody always sees the finished product. Everybody always sees Michael Jackson just moonwalking and spinning and doing all his cool stuff and think that's it. No, do you know how much time, energy, and practice? Yes, Michael Jackson is talented. He's been singing stuff since he was 5. Michael Jordan's been doing stuff since he was 5, but they just got more time. They had time since they were like this high to come up to here. So the same thing with you. You just have to put the time in. Put the time in and you will get better. You'll get better compared to yourself. So that's the lesson for today's video. Stop doubting yourself. Fuck doubt. Do what you want to do and forget other people's opinions and strive to be the best person that you can be. Anyways, this is Why Not Money. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.